another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku, another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku, another Savior.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPOB families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 Olumewojuku is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 Olumewojuku is another Savior. Holy, 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 Olumewojuku is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwa nam no wow. Hey, ano mekele mazuche me for manemo. It's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Just sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting moving right and getting moving faster now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting moving right, moving faster, get the freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior.
Where am I? So that is the question. What is the answer? Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is is it even a question? It's not even a question. It's a statement, isn't it? Let me just let me get my beats in. So holy, God, hold on. Just stay there for a moment. Oh, all right. So all that. Holy, holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. Good day to you, good to be in your company. Or that, good day to you, good to be in your company. So this is going to be a very, very short little session. We just want to document the latest installment in the never-ending saga that is Aliko Dangote versus Farouk Ahmed, who is the chairperson, the lead person of the downstream arm of the Nigerian NNPC. So that's the latest. Actually, there's a lot going on. No, I wasn't even going to read you anything, but somebody actually sent me something that that might well be pertinent to all this. You recall, of course, Aliko Dangote accused this guy of being a crook and that therefore he should be prosecuted. So he actually named him frontally. I think I had the clip of where Aliko Dangote actually frontally accused this guy, the chairperson of the downstream arm of the NNPC. Do we still have that? So he stood him accused. Yes, this is where he stood him accused.
Nigeria is supposed to be the refining hub of not even West Africa, of the sub-Saharan African region. You know, we have the crude and we have the refineries. If our own, continues to work, you have the NNPC's refineries. So our own and NNPC is over 1 million tons. 1 million tons can feed the entire West Africa and Central Africa. So, and I don't know why, we should continue to allow, some corrupt government officials to try and destroy a whole sector of the economy. And I think it is something that when you look at it, I've had actually people making complaint about a regulator who has actually put his children in secondary school, and that secondary school education, which is 6 years, 4 of them cost Nigeria $5 million. I mean, you cannot imagine somebody paying $5 million for educating 5 children. Even my own children, they didn't go to those schools. My children went to Nigerian secondary school. They didn't go outside Nigeria to attend to secondary school. I don't know about your children, Tony, but mine, yes. So, and this is a system that, some of us, because you know what, we're taxpayers. When people are complaining, we also complain, because the issue is that, yes, when I pay tax, I want to see that my money is being put to use, not to be stolen. But today, as we speak, the S, I don't know what is the, that is the authority chief executive, Malam Farouk. Malam Farouk has 4 of his children that he educated in Switzerland at the cost of $5 million for their secondary school education alone, not university. And I know that one of them just finished Harvard. So I want to now see what kind of system are we operating that, people are now busy destroying a country, taking money.
Oh, all right. So that was where Aliko Dangote frontally accused Farouk Ahmed, the lead person of the NNPC downstream agency, of gross corruption, $5 million to send his children to secondary school. That was what he alleged against this guy. And Aliko Dangote has subsequently lodged petitions with the anti-graft agencies to probe this now Farouk Ahmed. So this is where it has escalated to. So Farouk Ahmed, not having any room to hide anymore, he has now come out to defend his name. So this is what he had to say. It says, scholarship, life savings, fund my children's education. NMDPRA boss replies Dangote. So he had no choice but to come out. The chief executive officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Engineer Farouk Ahmed, has said allegations over the funding of his children's education ignore both verifiable financial facts and the nature of his role as an independent petroleum sector regulator. Ahmed, in a statement signed by him, said his children's education was financed through a mix of merit-based scholarship, family education trust funds, and personal savings accumulated over more than three decades in public service. So he has amassed in excess of $5 million just from his salary at NNPC, responding to claims made by Aliko Dangote that he spent about $5 million on his children's Swiss secondary education. Ahmed described the figures as misleading and lacking proper context. The allegation that I spent $5 million on my children's education is presented without context and ignores verifiable sources of funding that have existed long before my appointment as chief executive, he said. He disclosed that 3 of his 4 children benefited from merit-based scholarships covering both 40 to 65% of tuition cost, adding that the awards were based on strict academic performance. So I'm not quite sure that there's any awarding body that grants what scholarship or grants in Nigeria for somebody to go and acquire. And you know, the education in Switzerland is the most priced and the most expensive in the world. So I'm not quite sure what agency, what organization, what charity funds Swiss educations for Nigerians. So I'm not quite sure about that. The allegation that I spent $5 billion on my children's education is presented without context and ignores verifiable sources of funding that have existed long before my appointment as chief executive. He disclosed that 3 of his 4 children benefited from merit-based scholarships covering between 40 to 65% of tuition fees, added that the award were based strictly on academic performance. These were merit-based scholarships. The documentation exists and is available to any authorized investigation, Ahmed said. According to him, further funding came from educational trust funds established by his late father before his death in 2018, in line with long-standing family tradition that prioritizes education. My late father, a businessman, set up education trust funds for his grandchildren in keeping with our cultural practice of collective family investment in education, he said. Ahmed added that the remaining costs were covered from his personal savings built over 30 years of uninterrupted service in Nigeria's petroleum regulatory institutions, beginning with his entry into the civil service in 1991. When scholarships, family contributions, and my own savings accumulated over 3 decades are properly accounted for, my personal financial obligations is entirely consistent with my professional standing. So that is how Farouk Ahmed has positioned himself. But Farouk Ahmed positions himself, but his acolytes within the northern hegemony, they've now come out to attack Dangote. So we pick it up from here. Hopefully you can hear this. Otherwise, that will just end the stream because you need to hear this. Let me know if you can hear the audio.
When Dangote started fighting the former GCO, Mele Kyari, that Kyari and his subordinates were blending products in Malta. It was truly allegations. He didn't prove it. Because in Malta, it's an international market. Not only Nigeria goes there to buy products. And it's not owned by any individual in Nigeria. And that allegations came and it was discarded.
Who discarded it? Do you think, assuming they asked them to prove, has anybody asked him to prove?
He can't prove it. We told him.
If
we told him that time. Even here. This is an important topic that all Nigerians must listen to. You see, about a year ago, when Dangote started fighting the former GCO, Kyari, Mele Kyari, that Kyari and his subordinates were blending products in Malta. It was truly allegations. He didn't prove it. Because in Malta, it's an international market. Not only Nigeria goes there to buy products. And it's not owned by any individual in Nigeria. And that allegations came and it was discarded.
Who discarded it? Do you think, assuming they asked them to prove, has anybody asked him to prove?
He can't prove it. We told him.
If I challenge you,
even here, the last time I came,
we expected maybe the Senate or the House of Reps to now say, okay, come and prove your case. Or the NPC to now challenge them to prove your case. But there was nothing like that.
When those people, see, yes. This is Nigeria. When they are compromised.
Who was compromised?
About some of the committees set up.
But who compromised them? Is it Dangote?
Yes.
Or how?
Dangote has too many friends in the National Assembly. I won't mention names. They set up a joint committee to investigate this issue we are talking about. At the end of the day, they faulted the NNPC. We didn't see, a general investigation calling Nigerians to come, calling the foreigners whom Dangote alleged that
conniving.
Nobody did that. See, you investigate in Nigeria and then you just allow it to go.
Yes, but if it was a cover-up, then who is that cover-up in favor of? So Aliko Dangote accused the NNPC of importing substandard blended petroleum. He didn't do that privately. He didn't notify the president. He said it publicly to everybody's hearing. So now the NNPC stood accused. So what actions did they then take in order then to counter what Dangote alleged? What did the government do? How did Dangote, was Dangote forced to retract those statements? So this is where the question is. The question is not that they did not probe it, then that disproves Dangote. The question is that they did not probe it, which is then to suggest that what Aliko Dangote alleged against the NNPC was covered up. So that is more what logic has than the other way around.
It will just fizzle out. So what I'm trying to say is I've attended interview here maybe several times, and I said it in the course of our interview. I said Dangote is a monopolizer. I respect him.
Do you blame him?
Wait. I
want you to answer it. Do you blame him for being a monopolizer?
How can you monopolize?
Why can't you challenge him?
Well, in Nigeria, unless you have somebody...
That is an excellent question from the host, actually. So is it a criticism that Dangote is a monopolizer? Is it a criticism that Dangote seeks to drive all of his competitors out of the market? No, that is what every business shark at the top end does. So that's what they all do, or that's what they all aspire to do. So if he's able to decimate his competitors and control the market, all the better for him. So it is now down to his competitors to resist him and try and dominate him instead. And that way you have competition that then favors the end users, the consumers. So it is not a criticism because a lot of people say this about Dangote a lot, that is a monopolizer, is a monopolist, he drives his competitors out of business. Yes, of course, he will drive his competitors out of business. And if those Rabiu of ABU, Rabiu Abdul something, BUA, Dangote tried to drive him out of business. The guy fought back. Dangote tried to drive $10 out of business. $10 fought back until they then became friends in the course of that. So he will try and drive you out of business because he wants the whole market to himself. So you fight it. And they keep saying the guy is a monopolist as though it was some sort of criticism.
Can you look at the issue of flour, the issue of sugar, the issue of cement, the issue of pure water, everything he has monopolized it. Because even when Boa, his own brother, was trying to say, bring the price of cement down, there was a scuffle between them.
Engineer,
so let's leave that one.
No, I don't want us to leave that because it's very important. How much support do you want the federal government to give enterprises, for instance, the NNPC? We did a report here, the Daily Trust. Yes. What was expended to fix these 4 refineries? Enough to build the size of Dangote'S refinery and to also build another one?
I'm taking you to the memory line. Listen to me. I'm a professor. And
but I asked the right questions because Nigerians they just want answers.
I'm coming.
Beyond
I'm taking Nigerians to the memory lane. Dangote, truly speaking, established 650,000 barrels refinery per day, which is okay.
Which NNPC failed to do.
NNPC is all about politics. We have 4 refineries, as you said. Is it NNPC's fault when the government of the day will say, don't do anything there, even if they give them money for turnaround and maintenance, they say, hold on.
Who is saying hold on? The
government? Yes.
You have your facts?
Oh, listen, Dangote and his son.
That's quite an allegation that this guy is making there. And you have to understand that this guy is a senior oil worker as well. So it's an insider within the NNPC. So you want to query what phase is putting forward. But what this guy is actually alleging is that the 4 refineries are not working because the government stops the NNPC from fixing them. That is what is alleging, which is to then feed into the narrative of this continuous oil importation, because that is where the corruption money is really made. Because, of course, a functioning NNPC will negate the necessity for importing petroleum. So that's quite an allegation being made there.
His cronies, they wanted to buy these refineries. We stopped them years back when we were still in the system.
And then he got his money and built brand new one.
He built one.
While the one he stopped him from buying, they are still
even as I'm talking to you, he wants to buy. And these refineries can operate for 200 years. I said it here before. All you need to do, we need honest and sincere people who can do the turnaround maintenance, good rehabilitation. The refineries can work.
Then who do you blame now for the failure of these refineries to work?
It's the government. It's not the staff.
Who is government, sir?
The government, you
because
can
refineries, they have been
who is the government?
right from the time of Jonathan, you came to the time of Buhari, now Tinubu.
Yes, they left it idle. They left it idle.
And nobody has been prosecuted.
Even the money they say, go and repair Kaduna refinery, repair Port Harcourt refinery, $16 billion. You think that money was given out? Even when an NPC went into partnership with one bank, Nexim Bank, to borrow money. So all we are saying, the right thing must be done. Those good old days when we are repairing refinery or rehabilitation, we normally work for 3 days. 40 days, all the pumps, the compressors, the heat exchangers, all the areas from water intake to cooling tower, area 1, 2, 3, 4S, loops, shipping. We do this work for 43 days, then you have, 40 days, 3 days blackout. And we will now start the refinery. It will never come down until after 2 years. It doesn't mean we don't have problem here and there. That room has not been given. People have interest. We are operating a capitalist system in Nigeria. And once you are not there at the top, however good you are, nobody cares. So
that's not a capitalist system. That's a rent-seeking system. That's a corruption system. A capitalist system does not run down facilities. It seeks to exploit it to its maximum.
I'm telling you, even now, the new government that was established in the refinery led by a jury, they are now facing also problem with Dangote because immediately the Azum office Dangote came and said, this is the right
it's
time.
Ojulari, by the way, not a jury.
We are going to buy the refineries. He speaks as the authority. So what we are saying is this. The regulator, Alhaji Farouk Ahmad, said, that refinery of Dangote, I was here when I told you it was operating at 40%. The consumption of fuel in Nigeria today, PMS, premium motor spirit, is about 71 million liters.
But why is he exporting?
Why see you don't want Nigerians to listen?
No, sir.
You ask, I'm a journalist. You are allowed.
I'm also a journalist. Sir. What we are saying is
I'm a veteran journalist.
I asked this question.
I'm trying to break down.
He said he has more than enough.
So that is quite the question, actually, because this guy now is telling us that Dangote refinery is operating at 40%, and Dangote is also exporting oil to the United States. So, and Nigeria is not, we've not yet experienced that since Dangote started, though, we've never experienced fuel shortage, even though there's still fuels being imported. We've never once, since that guy told us that it's ready to go now, we've not once experienced fuel shortage, and he's also exporting. So if a Dangote is operating at 40% capacity, then how is he able to satiate the Nigerian market and export as well? So that was the right question by the journalist.
You don't want Nigerians to listen.
No, sir.
You ask, I'm a journalist. You are allowed.
I'm also a journalist. What we are saying is
I'm a veteran journalist.
I asked this question.
I'm trying to break down.
He said he has more than enough. And then he said he's even exporting because there is no local.
This is why I want to tell Nigerians that he doesn't. It was estimated during Kerry that Nigeria consumes about 60-something million liters per day. And now, because of more vehicles, some of these products are smuggled out of this country. It's now 71 point something million liters per day. And Dangote produces only about, it's not up to million liters.
Have we locked our borders?
No.
To say, okay, let's give him
that
one
is
so
a
that we
different,
can prove him
that is, well, the fact sheets must be brought out. And that's why
who will bring the fact sheets?
It's the government.
Why is the government
We want an independent body.
Will the independent body come from the planet? Let me tell you,
sir? That refinery, we are happy he established it. We don't have anything against it. You said now, Chuk said there are other refineries. We have modular refineries in Nigeria. They are not talking. Dangote, government has been servicing him with over about 12 vessels, ships every day. And they give him this product in Naira. I expect by now that me and you should be buying fuel at 400 Naira. This is what we anticipate.
Okay, now I want us to actually
to be fighting regulator. See, he fought.
You know, we must clear up this thing that they are selling Dangote the fuel in Naira. Yes, they are selling Dangote the fuel in Naira, but they are selling him. They're selling it to him at the international price. You know, so they're not selling him. They're not selling the crude. They're not selling the crude to Dangote at a discounted rate. So let's say, for instance, just for the purposes of the explanation, let's say the price of a barrel of crude is $10, and let's say the dollar is 100 Naira to 1. So they will sell the fuel to Dangote at 1,000 Naira, which is the dollar equivalent of the international price. So that guy now saying now that they're selling it to him in Naira, and therefore we should be buying it at a significantly cheaper rate. That is a lack of understanding of that space, because they are not discounting it. They're just telling him not to go chasing hard currency, which is scarce in the country, just to buy it in the localized money in order to preserve the hard currency at the CBN. Because if they are selling to Dangote in dollars, Dangote will have to go and buy those dollars at the CBN. So that's the logic behind that, but it's not discounted. It's just naira-nized.
People didn't mind about...
What is your take on his renewed fight with Farouk? The allegations of the $5 million. Could that be true?
See, when you are fighting, you don't touch people personally. That's so what he did. That was what
you want to say he went overboard.
Can Dangote tell us the source of his money in the 80s when he was in Port Harcourt? Who is clean? Every time when you want to monopolize, you bring issues, allegations against people. Let him come and prove it. In the 80s, we are aware of what happened in Port Harcourt, how he got his money. Nobody came out and say all these things.
So now that is now where we have to do our own investigative whatnot. So I'll probably send this clip to Baba because Baba might well know what happened in Port Harcourt. So what happened in Port Harcourt that elevated Dangote to super wealth status?
But why is Farouk silent up till this moment?
You see, it's
because
unfortunate.
he was the first person to fire the salvo. I asked this question. When the
refinery,
25%
Dangote refinery, he said it before, he was producing 40%. The FCC in his refinery, the fluid catalytic cracker that will make it about 80% or 90% is not working. Farouk said it before, and we reiterated it. So if you are producing 40%,
that wasn't true.
Who says so?
Some of us were at the refinery.
What?
Some of us were at the refinery. We saw it.
You are not you don't know anything about refinery. If they tell you lies, they told you lies.
But he also fired.
Lies.
He also fired at the Nigerian mixer that they don't even have laboratory.
Who told you that? You see now you are peddling as a journalist.
No, not
you
really.
You need to do an investigative journalism.
Where is their lab,
not
sir?
Somebody is telling you and now you are believing it. It's wrong.
He showed journalists his own.
It's quite a revelation actually that the Nigerian NNPC, and it is the NNPC of course because it's the upstream downstream arm that front faces what actually goes out for public consumption, that they don't have a laboratory for testing the quality of the crude. This is what this journalist is putting to this oil worker frontally. So they don't have a laboratory, but then they have the authority to tell us what is fit for use or not. It's unbelievable stuff.
You are peddling as a journalist.
No, not
you
really.
You need to do an investigative journalism.
Where is their lab,
not
sir?
Somebody is telling you and now you are believing him. It's wrong.
He showed journalists.
And by the way, if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe and click on the like button as well. Like and subscribe.
His own.
That what?
His lab, where he tests.
Did he show you how he produces, how the production takes place in his refinery, and that is producing more than 50 million liters per day?
I don't want to play the devil's advocate.
So please don't do that. I'm an insider and I'm an engineer.
But how
and
inside,
we know
how
the system
inside
better.
are you, sir? How inside are you? Now he has been making the allegation
yes.
that both the government, which you said should be transparent, and the regulator, which is headed
how
by
much did Dangote give to you?
They should
how much did he give to you that you are supporting?
Nothing. I'm just
because the way you are asking these questions,
no. I'm not supporting
it's wrong. If you don't know nothing, you don't need to say anything about you don't know nothing.
But let me be frank with you. Even Farouk, we said, okay, take us. Let's see where you now check the quality of the products being imported.
See, there is no country who doesn't import. America imports, Saudi Arabia imports.
But that wasn't the question now. The journalist said the media asked Farouk to take them to the lab. It is a public agency, and the public have the right to know and to investigate and peruse. So he queried the quality of Dangote's he queried the quality of Dangote's petrol, and Dangote then took the journalist to his own lab to show them the quality of his petrol, and the journalists are now asking him, take us to your lab where you were able to establish that Dangote's our petrol is not up to par, and he wasn't able to do that. And this guy now is now accusing the journalist of being on the take.
China imports. There are countries with 200 refineries, 100 refineries. They still import. For you to measure up, to bridge up the gap. How can you? When he came, he even went to court that those importing petroleum products should be stopped. It has never done all over the world.
Okay, sir.
So
now
because of monopoly,
he has brought the price.
You know, we've settled this matter. We've discussed this matter before. Dangote saying that the importation of our petroleum should be stopped is actually asking the government to enforce what the Constitution mandates, because the Constitution mandates that if there's sufficient enough capacity locally to produce enough petrol for Nigeria's consumption, then no import licenses should be issued. So if Dangote is showing sufficient enough capacity to satiate the local market, then the law forbids that any importation license should be issued. So it is not Dangote that is demanding that the issuance of licenses should be stopped. It is actually the Constitution that mandates it.
If monopoly will favor the citizens,
we are paying.
Would you support it?
Wait,
no, answer this, sir.
We give let me land. Let me land. Okay,
he
go
brought
ahead.
the price of petrol from 828 to 699.
It's supposed to be 400. 400 because we give him crude 12 vessels every day, sheep every day, and we see he buys them in naira. This product we're supposed to buy it
but
at 400 naira.
The importers are not fighting. I'm sure you watched us with Gillis Harry, who was saying Dangote should have given them notice because they imported. He should have given them time so that they expend what they imported before he should reduce the price.
It's all, you see, that's what he does.
No,
because
what about them? I asked the question and I want you to answer this.
Comfortable.
Who is on the right footing now? In May 2023, President Tinubu removed subsidy.
Yes.
Immediately he removed all the outlets.
Yes.
They jacked up their prices.
Yes.
Nobody blamed them.
It has been Uhuru. That's why when Dangote came up with his refinery and he wanted to monopolize,
you always say monopoly, and I don't want to key into that.
Wait, you don't know anything about oil.
I know.
You are just,
I know.
You are just talking on periphery.
No,
I don't like the way you talk because.
No, sir. I'm actually speaking on behalf of Nigerians.
Investigative journalism. Go and get your fact sheets. You are not doing it. You say you went to Dangote and he showed you lab, he showed you this. You didn't go to the root of it.
Where is the root, sir? Where is the one for the NLPC? Where is the one for the government?
Very good. You are now
we have less than 1 minute, yes. But I want you to
Which 1 minute?
Yes.
No, you say you are giving me 30 minutes.
The time has finished, sir. Okay,
you cannot always bring me here and then you start.
We will still bring you. If you want tomorrow, we'll bring you back.
Investigative journalistic demands you go to somebody when he tells you his own part, you now go to other people where you can get opinions, answers to the correct. He told you.
With all sense of responsibility, we did that. We've been asking. Even today, we called the midstream. No response from them.
Because you are turning the issues upside down. This man, even his refinery now, is not fully licensed. We said it here.
We will discuss that because we have actually overshot the runway of our program.
What I want to say,
what is your final word? Yes,
my
sir.
final words to Nigerians.
Okay.
We are not against Dangote.
Okay.
It's good that he established this refinery, but he should not disallow other players in the system to bring in products.
Okay, what about government? What should government do to checkmate him?
The government
should fix their refineries.
That is what we are saying. See, these refineries, I told you, it can work for 200 years.
Okay, thank you very much.
With honesty, sincerity. We've been doing it before.
All right, thank you very much.
And he's not the only person who has refinery. Many people have it.
All right, thank you very much. Please, we will bring you back so that we continue with the conversation.
But I want to say one thing as a journalist.
Thank you.
If you don't know nothing,
thank you, sir.
impress on that.
We've been with Engineer Kelani Mohammed on these very, very pressing issues, and we hope to bring him back so that we will continue with the conversation. Thank you very much.
So there it is right there. That's the internal fighting amongst their bookies. So they've started the smear campaign against Aliko Dangote. That's really just that's the summary of all of that. So that's the summary of all of that. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll meet you later in the evening. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you've not yet clicked on the like button, please do like and subscribe. And I'll see you later in the evening. Thank you, everyone. See you later.